America, I'm Tom Hand, the creator of Americana Corner, and welcome to Preserving America. Today we are spotlighting one of our Americana Corner grant recipients, Fort Ligonier, one of the best preserved forts from the French and Indian War. And joining us is Matt Gault, its Director of Education. Matt, welcome.
Thank you. It's very happy to be able to talk to you today.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. First of all, please tell us when and why the French and Indian War was fought.
So, of course, whenever we're talking about Fort Ligonier, this fort itself was built in 1758, but the French and Indian War occurred during the early 1750s, where we see this conflict over the Ohio River Valley that's being fought between these powers that we know as the British and French. And of course, those who get caught up in the middle are the various native tribes that are all throughout that Ohio River Valley, as well as what we know as colonial America. So really that is that conflict that occurs right in our own backyards, well, where we're at right now in Ligonier, PA, is over this very lush area. It's going to be this very important area because the rivers that flow through here act as highways. That means you can move goods, transport soldiers. It's a very important area to both of these, the French and the British, and they both won it. So they're going to clash over this to try and take that territory, power, and utilize it for their home countries that are across the ocean.
Thank you for that. And please tell us, what was the role of Fort Ligonier in the battles?
So Fort Ligonier was constructed in 1758 by General John Forbes in his campaign to attack Fort Duquesne. The British had decided to put together a several phase attack that was going to go against New France and the French holdings in the Ohio River Valley. And one of those phases was the Forbes campaign, which was going to attack Fort Duquesne, utilizing over 6,000 soldiers that were going to move across the colony of Pennsylvania, building fortifications as it went along and a road to actually get and take Fort Duquesne from the French. So as they went building these roads, building these other forts, other ones such as Littleton, Loudon, Bedford, the last fort in that chain is going to be the post at Loyalhanna, or what we know as Fort Ligonier today. It would play a role throughout the year of 1758, mainly from that summertime into fall. There would be a raid of the French coming out and attacking Fort Ligonier on October 12th, 1758. And after actually a friendly fire incident that occurred with Colonel George Washington, you know, that guy that nobody knows, right? Colonel George Washington, they were able to find key information about Fort Duquesne at that friendly fire incident that occurred. And General Forbes would then make the decision to attack Fort Duquesne in the late fall of 1758 and would be successful, actually finding that when he arrived, the French had burned their own fort to the ground, knowing that General Forbes' army was just too overwhelming and they would not be able to put up a fight against Forbes and this force.
Fascinating. Shifting gears just a bit, tell us about the audio tour project that Americana Corner helped to fund.
Well, first off, thank you. It's a huge pleasure to be able to talk about this project and talk about an audio tour, because we are a private nonprofit site. We have a small staff, but we are mighty when it comes to telling this story. But when we have our visitors come through, especially on a busy Saturday or something like that, and maybe there's only one staff member that's able to be here, now we have an audio tour. Now we have the ability to tell this story, to flesh out more. So it's a huge addition to our site. It's something that makes the experience just that much better to learn more about our history. And the education of this historic site in this time period is just so crucial to literally where we're at today. We still feel the repercussions from the French and Indian War.
You know, I'm so happy that we're able to help you guys accomplish your mission. It's really what the whole reason is behind our Preserving America series. So thank you for those comments. That's outstanding. What other sort of fun things do you have in the future for Fort Ligonier?
We want to continue to grow this site. We want to continue to tell this story. In our education department, we want to talk about George Washington being here as a young man, finding his footing, becoming the man we know as the father of this country. We want to focus on that person. We want to focus on the regular people who were here during that time in 1758. The fact that there were women and children who were following along, they were part of this history as well. The average soldier, native warriors, those who were enslaved that were here at the fort. All of these different perspectives that we can utilize and talk about to bring to light. And that's what we want to do in the future, is talk more about this crucial story.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Please keep us in mind. We have our grant program coming up this fall, and you guys are just perfect, a perfect fit for the Americana Corner Preserving America series. But thank you so much. We're out of time.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. This is all the time we have for today, but thank you so much, Matt, for joining us, and thank you for listening. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.